Welcome again to Joe Stunner Boxing. I was thinking about the Daniel Dubois Usyk fight. I did a video, I think it was earlier today, about it, and asking, has Daniel earned the chance at the unified title, and does he have much of a chance? And probably the answers to those questions are no, but that's not a knock on Daniel. If you're given an opportunity in life, you take it. So good luck to the kid. Someone said in the comments they think he's being cashed out, and I don't know, is he? Yeah, it's a question worth asking. But one aspect of the whole, or the recent Dubois story, is that his trainer, Don Charles, has been, I don't know whether he's been dismissed, but he's certainly been criticised as a replacement for the very highly thought of Shane McGuigan. And the fight with Usyk will be the first time that Charles has been in the corner for Daniel Dubois. And people have been very critical of this change of trainer. People have been very critical of Don Charles, who's a good boxing man, okay, you can argue that McGuigan is flying high. He's younger than Don Charles. He's had world champions. He seems to really be on the ball when it comes to spotting talent and maximising it. Whether it's female fighters or male ones. I mean, he's got world champs with both sexes. And he's doing really well. I mean, the proof of the pudding, as they say, is in the eating. Chris Billam-Smith's victory over Lawrence Sokoli was epic, and Ellie Scottney, she became a world champ. But I think people overlook one aspect of this, and that is that if you're trained by someone, it isn't just about teaching moves, doing drills, getting a guy fit. You have to mentally and emotionally, you have to gel with the person. And I just wonder, when you consider the type of person that Daniel Dubois is, whether Don Charles might be that man. There was an interview with Don done by October Red on her channel, and if you haven't seen October Red's channel, go over and give her a sub, because it's a very good channel. She does some really good interviews with people, and she did an interview with Don. It was either yesterday or earlier today. I don't remember which, but she said to him, she began by saying to him, you're a passionate man, you're a boxing man, you turned your house into a gym, and she was really sort of emphasising with her opening question that Don really cares about boxing, and he really, cares about his fighters. And Don became very emotional to the point where he couldn't answer October Red's question. And I thought that was quite revealing. It shows that to Don Charles, taking young men, young women, and making them not just good fighters, but good people, seems to be a primary concern of his, and something that he feels really passionately about. He regards boxing as the old saves lives, puts lives back on track, keeps lives on the straight and narrow. And I think that can only be a good thing. And I wonder if that type of fatherly influence is exactly what Daniel Dubois needs. Now, I don't think Daniel Dubois is going to beat Usyk. I don't. He's big enough, he's dangerous enough with pure power to make Usyk cautious. Usyk could underrate him. He could make mistakes. So if you underrate someone, you can actually say to yourself, I mustn't underrate this person. But doing it is a different thing. Doing it is actually, not slipping into that subconscious trap of thinking, okay, I've just said that I'm not going to underrate someone, therefore I'm not underrating them. Oh, no, you can underrate them, even if you're actually consciously thinking I mustn't do that. You've got to be absolutely on point and get it into your head that the guy in front of you is a real threat, not just pay lip service to it. So if Usyk doesn't do that, it's feasible that Daniel Dubois could give him a tougher fight than I feel. But obviously it's a thankless task if it's your first fight with a guy to take on Oleksandr Usyk, and Don has that task. But when October Red mentioned, kind of triggered him. I think he said, well, you've triggered me there. I've got all emotional. There's nothing wrong with that, of course. It illustrates that he cares, that he gives a damn. And Daniel, with his, how can we say this? He has a rather, almost a childlike demeanour at times, where he needs that arm around the shoulder, where he needs to be told, you are worth something, you can do this. What goes on inside a fighter's head, I mean, none of us can see it. But if someone's training you, they've got to see it. That takes time. This is the thing. If this wasn't the first fight with Don, we'd have more of a barometer to sort of judge the partnership. But perhaps Don is someone who can emotionally connect with Daniel and join up those psychological dots and make him positive, make him feel positive, make him feel that he can win, and therefore give him a chance, even though, I mean, a lot of us, myself included, think he's a rank outsider. Don also said during the October Red interview that he's been, he's had fighters who are area level, British level, European level fighters, Commonwealth. The one thing he's lacking is a world title. And he achieved most of those with Derek Chisora, another fighter who he seemed to sort of be a father figure to. And who Chisora had his best moments under Don Charles. And Don certainly showed that he cares about his fighters because he pulled Derek out against Fury, poor old Chisora got the crap beaten out of him. But he hasn't just trained Chisora. That's his most famous fighter. He trained Frank Buglioni. He trained Miles Shinkwin, who was an English champ and area level champ. Tom Little, Ian Lewison, the Brixton heavyweight, who's retired now. He trained him for a while. Not to a great success level, but maybe behind the scenes, maybe they maximise their talents. I mean, someone like Miles Shinkwin or an Ian Lewison was never going to be a world beater, but maybe they achieved a lot under Don. And I think Don, perhaps we're underrating Don a little bit for what he brings into people's lives, not just into their boxing lives, but into their lives. So I find it a very intriguing partnership, and I hope that if Usyk, or if Daniel Dubois does lose to Usyk, he'll continue the partnership with Don. I hope so. I just think there might be something there that we're not seeing. It's not quite so evident as we think. Anyway, those are my thoughts. Tell me what you think about the partnership. Tell me what you think about Don Charles. Tell me anything you like, and I'll read your comments and answer them. Thank you for listening to this video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button as well. Go on, it makes sense. And yeah, I'm looking forward to reading your comments. And bye for now.